Here we go. I can't help myself. Yesterday I was in an AI meeting. Thank you, Katerina. That was really valuable. That's exactly what we need. So I just thought I wanted to show you. No, I don't know how so let me stop again. I'm not sure how I did my screen share. I'm going to go over the shoulders I want and any sound just in case. So screen one. So I've already opened my Chat GPT and I have made I've had a number of things that I did before, and I just created the project. So my projects for Women's Federation are called NGO. So in my NGO project, I opened this project. It was blank here, and this is the prompt I've given it because we're having the meeting tonight, the meet and greet. My NGO, WFWP, is hosting an online meeting. Please edit the bios of the speakers to 100 words each from the enclosed text PDF. So what I did, I believe that I've still got it open. This is it. So this is the text, and it drives me crazy because I don't like the differences in the sizes and the quality, and the formatting is totally erratic. Thank you, Merle. You've used the English quotation marks. That I'm really happy about that. In the other version yesterday, it was still the German quotation marks. So I'm very happy that we have the English quotation marks. However, Dr. Maria Riel will not even be in the meeting, and we already discussed that yesterday, so I don't know why that's in the document that you sent after the meeting. However, I can still delete that from the ChatGPT edit version, which I can even edit the version when it comes back. And I think we said that Marcia will be doing the opening, so that could have already been put up here. I could do that. Possibly would be, I think it would be better to do that now. Except this is a PDF, right? Jawohl. Okay, and so this is where I want to insert it. I don't know if I can. Okay. So forget that. Okay, so this is the document I'm working with. It's not the exact correct one. We could have done those corrections before. However, what I see on the Word version of this document is that, for example, this particular one has got all of these returns at the end of the lines, which it's not necessary. And then lo and behold, look here, we have block formatting in the last paragraph. So it's too erratic for me. I'm looking at the contents. Okay, now I don't even see any block formats anywhere. I thought it was here. Okay, that's been changed as well. Blah, blah, blah. All right, so I'm going all over the place. Isn't what I intended to do. I would like to just have a document, plain document. I don't need any color background. Yeah. Okay. So I don't need that now. I just wanted to show you. No, I'm not going to make any changes there. Just close it. All right. So what I wanted to show you, I have inserted that particular PDF as a document here into Chat GPT. It's a free version. I have never paid for any AI tools yet. However, I don't use them so much, but I just thought I would show you how you can use them, what I have done, and you can watch the result and see whether you like it or not. So here's the document, and all I've said is my NGO, WFWP, which it already knows because I've got a little bit other content in my project, in NGO project. For example, the caricature that I showed yesterday in the meeting was created, and I put that into this NGO project folder, right? So then as soon as I click return, it's going to start doing that. Oh, okay, so these are the other projects that I've got in my NGO project. Immaturity and Responsibility in NGOs was an article I did. Okay, that's showing today's date. And this is showing the editing that I did on the caricature that you didn't see yesterday. I'll just click and we will be going. I could have added another document by the looks of it because it was waiting for me to confirm. So from the enclosed text, PDF, and then I send the prompt. So here are edited 100-word bios for each speaker, keeping clarity, professionalism, and consistency for your online event. Dr. Maria Reel, as I said, we don't need that one, so I won't even bother with that. Dr. Kyung, Mrs. Kyung-In van der Ven Oliveira, moderator, is youth representative of WFWP Europe and the WFWPI UN Vienna office. Since 2021, she has been active in youth leadership and peace advocacy. She works as a legal guardian and child advocate for unaccompanied minor asylum seekers in the Netherlands, supporting vulnerable youth in navigating legal and social systems. Deeply committed to human rights and social justice, she focuses on protection, empowerment, and integration of marginalized young people. Her work reflects a strong dedication to building inclusive societies and promoting the voices of youth in international dialogue. Dr. Ana Alvazi del Frate, words of greeting, is a criminologist with over 20 years of experience in international research on crime, violence, gender, and firearms. She has worked with UNICRI, UNODC, and the Small Arms Survey in Geneva. Currently, she's executive director of CANIS, Knowledge for Safety and Good Governance. She also serves as chair of the NGO Committee on Sustainable Development Vienna and secretary of the NGO Committee on the Status of Women Vienna. Her work bridges research, policy, and advocacy, contributing to global efforts in crime prevention, justice, and sustainable development. Mrs. Cheryl Sikat, greetings from the embassy, is third secretary and vice consul at the Philippine Embassy in Vienna. She holds degrees in business management and management from the University of the Philippines and is a licensed environmental planner. Before joining the Department of Foreign Affairs, she worked as a city planning officer. She later served in Islamabad, leading consular, economic, cultural, and public information work. In Vienna, she oversees gender and development, cultural diplomacy, and Filipino community engagement. Her career reflects a strong commitment to public service, international cooperation, and sustainable development initiatives. Mrs. Marcia de Abreu is president of WFWP Spain, a role she has held for over 20 years, and currently serves as Secretary General of WFWP Europe. Originally from Brazil, she holds a degree in sociology and a master's in religious education. She has extensive experience organizing conferences, seminars, and initiatives focused on women's empowerment and community development. Through her leadership, she has fostered dialogue, sisterhood, and social engagement across cultures. Her long-standing dedication to WFWP reflects her commitment to advancing women's roles in peace building and strengthening international cooperation. Mrs. Maria Canellas is an award-winning audiovisual journalist, documentary filmmaker, educator, and peace advocate with over 30 years of experience at RTVE. She has produced more than 200 investigative reports and documentaries covering global conflicts, human rights, and international cooperation. Her work includes interviews with world leaders and UN officials and has received prestigious awards such as the Prix Italia. She is also an educator and public speaker, teaching storytelling and media communication. As an ambassador for peace, she promotes dialogue, gender equality, and education through journalism and international engagement. Mr. Rogers Kasiri. Rogers Kasiri is an experienced NGO leader and expert on youth development in sub-Saharan Africa. His work focuses on health and social challenges affecting vulnerable youth, including HIV/AIDS, substance abuse, and street-connected children. He has collaborated with WHO, UNODC, and UNFPA on research, policy, and program implementation. As Executive Director of UDEL and Vice President Africa of the World Federation Against Drugs, he brings strong grassroots and global expertise. A global master trainer for prevention programs, he is dedicated to evidence-based solutions that empower youth and strengthen communities. Dr. Deidre Anderson is a global leadership strategist, executive coach, and founder of Women Empowered International. With over 20 years of experience, she designs leadership programs for women and underserved communities across the United States and Africa. Through initiatives such as WE, which is Women Empowered, Next, and Transform Her, she integrates personal growth, leadership development, and cross-cultural engagement. Her work aligns with the UN Sustainable Development Goals, particularly in gender equality and education. Dr. Anderson is committed to equipping women and girls to become confident leaders and change agents in their communities. Mrs. Myra Collis is founding chairperson of the Mabikas Foundation, Netherlands, and project lead of INAYAN Ethics and Governance. Originally from the Philippines, she is an Indigenous Igorot advocate with a background in mass communication and law. Her work spans media, education, and human rights, focusing on women's and Indigenous people's rights. She promotes ethical governance and integrates Indigenous perspectives into artificial intelligence and sustainable frameworks. A mother, mentor, and community leader, she is dedicated to empowering marginalized groups and fostering inclusive development through education, advocacy, and innovation. Dr. Shima Nadari is a lawyer and academic specializing in environmental and international law. She holds a PhD in environmental law and has over a decade of experience in legal practice, research, and teaching. As an assistant professor, she has taught environmental, international, and human rights law. She's also actively engaged in pro bono legal work, particularly supporting children's rights. Dr. Nadari has published extensively on sustainable development and legal frameworks. Her work reflects a strong commitment to justice, environmental protection, and advancing legal systems that support vulnerable populations. Mrs. Charlene May Bornia. Charlene May Bornia is a certified public accountant and social impact leader based in New York. With over a decade of experience in finance, policy, and global advocacy, she works at the intersection of economic systems and sustainable development. She serves as an NGO representative, as a UN representative for WFWPI, and president of Junior Chamber International North Jersey. Her leadership includes initiatives supporting women's empowerment, entrepreneurship, and inclusive development. Through programs like the Sustainable Village Incubator, she advances grassroots impact. Her work bridges finance, innovation, and social justice to promote resilient and inclusive communities. Mr. Lawrence Klaas. Lawrence Klaas is a software engineer based in Vienna and an active volunteer in peace initiatives. He works at AGFA Healthcare, where he contributes to technical development and decision-making. Alongside his professional career, he has taken leadership roles in Youth and Students for Peace, organizing training programs and community service projects, including post-disaster support in the Czech Republic. He also supports international peace work through family involvement in UPF Slovakia. Lawrence combines technical expertise with a strong commitment to service, leadership, and community building. Ms. Renate Ammersbauer is president of WFWP Austria. and Secretary General of the WFWPI UN Vienna office. She has played a key role in advancing peace initiatives, gender equality, and humanitarian efforts. Through her leadership, she builds partnerships with international organizations and promotes interfaith dialogue and sustainable development. Her work focuses on creating collaborative solutions to social challenges while strengthening WFWP's presence in Austria and beyond. She's widely respected for her dedication, leadership, and commitment to fostering peace and cooperation at both local and global levels. Here, here. In Ms. Merle Sakila Blaschke, closing remarks, is WFWP Austria Philippine Liaison Officer and President of the Carinthia chapter. A dual Filipino-Spanish citizen based in Austria, she has a background in advocacy and NGO leadership. She co-founded Philippine Jewry International and initiated community projects such as Moonlight Solar Lamps. She actively contributes to UN dialogues on migration and social issues. As the driving force behind the Meet and Greet series, she promotes collaboration, dialogue, and action toward the UN SDGs. Her work reflects a strong commitment to peace building, community empowerment, and international cooperation. Yours truly, Lily Gundaker, Technical Support, is a mentor and retired international civil servant supporting WFWP Austria and the WFWPI UN Vienna team. Born in Australia to Czech parents, she has extensive experience in NGO work, communications, and event organization. She has contributed to social media development, including establishing WFWP Europe's Facebook and YouTube presence. A founding member and former secretary of WFWP Austria, she continues to advise on technical and strategic matters. She's also secretary, no, that's not true, she was also secretary of the VNGOC Committee on Narcotic Drugs. So that's probably still wrong in the original document. Lily is a mother of 5 sons and a dedicated advocate for service and community. Ms. Sally Pinkas Entertainment is a pianist born in Israel and professor of music at Dartmouth College. She's also a pianist in residence at the Hopkins Center for the Arts. She studied at Indiana University and earned her PhD from Brandeis University. Pinkas made her London debut in 1983 and has built an international career as a performer and educator. Known for her expressive artistry and academic excellence, she contributes to music education and performance worldwide. Her work bridges classical tradition and contemporary interpretation, enriching cultural and artistic dialogue. Okay, the document's very long. It's because our meeting's very long. We have too many participants and we want to present the NGOs, the CVs of all, the bios of all. However, I believe 100 words per person is better than, I didn't even count the ones that go over nearly a whole page. So this is my suggestion. I just wanted to show you it's easy to do when you just open Chat GPT and you can start a new project or just start from scratch and just put in the prompt as I did. Please edit the bios of the speakers to 100 words each. So the background I've given about WFWP, it's already got that because I've done other projects for WFWP as an NGO, and it's got all the information. It's taking the information basically from the document that I uploaded, which is the PDF there. So I'm going to check the PDF again to see if there's something I can correct on that original document. But I'm suggesting that this can be the document now. If now ChatGPT is asking if you'd like, I can next format these into a clean event program or create 1 or 2 line versions for social media and Zoom intros. Ooh, 1 or 2 line intros, that would be good. Yes, okay, I'm going to ask for that. So I'm writing now. Yes, the second option. Please create short 1 to 2 line versions for social media. And that was what I was thinking about, was the Zoom intros, because so far the way it is, I can't do anything with it. I can't do it, and I'm not going to ask anybody else to put the bios into the chat. However, yesterday I got 2 volunteers to help on the Zoom meeting, so that's something that one of you could do, right? So I'm going to send that off. And this is what it is. Perfect. This is exactly the kind of content that saves you time during events and promotions. I've created tight, polished 1 to 2 line versions that sound natural when spoken and look good on social media. So again, the opening remarks will actually be from Marcia, right? Moderator, youth representative of WWP Europe and child advocate in the Netherlands. She works to protect and empower vulnerable youth and promote human rights. Anna Alvazi Del Frate, criminologist and former UN expert. She leads global work on crime prevention, gender issues, and sustainable development. Crizel Sikat, diplomat at the Philippine Embassy in Vienna, specializing in gender development, cultural diplomacy, and international cooperation. Marcia, president of WFWP Spain and secretary general of WFWP Europe, with over 20 years of leadership in women's empowerment initiatives. Speakers and panelists, Maria Canellas, award-winning journalist and filmmaker with 30-plus years at RTVE, covering global conflicts, human rights, and international cooperation. Rogers Kusiri, NGO leader and youth development expert working across Africa on health, prevention, and empowerment of vulnerable communities. Dr. Deirdre Anderson, global leadership strategist and founder of Women Empowered International, advancing women's leadership worldwide. Myra Collis, Indigenous rights advocate and founder of Magpikas Foundation, integrating ethics, governance, and innovation across sectors. Dr. Shima Nadiri, environmental and international law expert, committed to human rights, sustainable development, and legal empowerment. Charlene May Bornia, CPA and UN representative, driving inclusive economic systems, youth leadership, and sustainable development initiatives. Lawrence Class, software engineer and peace volunteer, supporting youth leadership and community project across Europe. So, okay, this is also on the program, is it? The president of WFWP Austria, leading initiatives in peace building, gender equality, and international cooperation. Merle, WFWP Austria leader and founder of the Meet and Greet series, promoting dialogue, collaboration, and action for the SDGs. Technical support, Lily Gundaka, mentor and WFWP advisor, supporting UN Vienna initiatives, communications and technical coordination. And Sally Pinkas, internationally acclaimed pianist and professor at Dartmouth College, known for her artistry and global performance. So I know this video is going to get too long. You won't even have time to, you'll look at the length and you won't even look at it, even though I wanted to do something constructive, educational. And you can see Chat GPT immediately makes another suggestion, another offer. And if you keep following up on these offers, eventually you use all your credits and you can't do anything else. So be careful when you keep responding, because there are some things you might more easily do yourself, and you might still want to do something today on Chat GPT. So if you want to go one step further, I can turn these into ready to copy Zoom script with speaking cues, Instagram carousel posts, 1 slide per speaker, or YouTube description credits, your current priority tasks. See, so what looks good to me now is the Instagram carousel, because I think that would be a great ad for our meeting. But what I'm planning is to just post this educational video to YouTube and to share it around. And of course, I'll print the 2 documents that were offered. And that's it for now. I'm going to stop the recording because it's getting so long. I don't even know how long it is. So 24 minutes. All right. See you.